Well, hello, it's Wednesday and welcome to Movie Burner News. I'm joined as ever with John here, and we're just going to delve right into the headline here, John. This is coming in from IndieWire.
Yeah.
It's Robert De Niro's long-wanted Taxi Driver sequel remains dead. Thank God. Even after The Irishman, which I'm dying to see.
Yeah.
So I'll just let you in, John, before I give you my thoughts
Absolutely.
on this headline from Robert De Niro. Apparently he's been going on for since the 1990s about this sequel that he wants to Taxi Driver. This is the first I've heard of this. I don't think the likes of De Niro would want to touch this with a barge pole. Sounds like a terrible idea, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm not surprised Robert De Niro wants to touch it with a barge pole, Stephen, because I love Robert, first and foremost. I'm not dissing him. He's a great man. He's one of the all-time great actors, but his career's on a downward slope now. I think it's fair to say a downward spiral.
Yeah.
He's made some questionable decisions and choices, although I think he actually did tan himself at a Golden Globes Awards maybe a year or two back, where he admitted he didn't care.
No.
He was doing it for financial gain.
Oh,
That was it. He's obviously done his classics in the 70s and the 80s.
Yep.
Now he's doing it for financial gain.
Yep.
I'm delighted with this news. Do not touch Taxi Driver. It's one of the all-time great films. It's one of his best films. You do not touch a film like that. We've said it before a couple of weeks back with the likes of Back to the Future. Talk of bringing Back to the Future back. It's the most popular choice for a sequel or a franchise to be rebooted. You don't touch classic films. There's something intangible about these classic films. They just have that special magic, and it comes from a whole host of different areas, really. The decade they were created in, also the directors and the writers involved. The writer's still alive, I believe. I think you did say
Paul Schrader,
he contacted him. And he says it was the worst idea he'd ever heard in his life. Doesn't surprise me. This is a guy who was involved in the likes of Meet the Fockers. Come on. I like the original Meet the Parents, but come on, no. But no, you don't touch it. It's like Back to the Future. Obviously, it's not like Back to the Future. It's a completely different genre, completely different tone.
I like Schrader's reply to De Niro when he said that this character probably died off screen 6 months after Taxi Drivers.
Exactly.
It kind of kills it,
Yeah,
doesn't
I mean,
it?
he was a loner. He was a very dysfunctional guy. He had these issues. He cut off from society. And just to go back and touch that story, you just don't do it. There's something, as I said, intangible about these great films from the 70s, the likes of The Godfather and stuff. The films of their era, you do not touch them. Back to the Future as well, a film of its era, and it's because of the time it was created in. Things were different back then. It was just a different way of filmmaking, and if you try to remake it, it would just tarnish the original film for me, and you do not want that. I continue to say it, Stephen, I will never understand Hollywood's infatuation with trilogies and try to flesh out self-contained stories. Even most recently with Sicario, I enjoyed Sicario, Day of the Soldado. Day of the Soldado.
Money talks, John.
Yeah, money talks. It does, and I love doing that gesture. Incidentally, I don't know why I keep doing that. But Day of the Soldado, really enjoyed that. But it was not a patch on Sicario, the original film. And that was just the most recent example of them being absolutely infatuated with touching a great self-contained story. It didn't need to be touched. Leave it on its own. Let it stand. The likes of Shawshank Redemption. Just the great self-contained stories. They have a middle and an end and a beginning as well, obviously. But look, I wouldn't want to see this film getting retouched.
One film I do want to see is The Irishman. We spoke about this, I think, at the start of this year, John, when the podcast is. This is a film that's been in the making for so many years. I can't remember, maybe 4 or 5 years it's been spoken
I think it's
about.
been delayed because of they're using de-aging effects or something like that, and that's slowing down the post-production.
Well, I think a lot of people would say, well, Marvel seem to do it quickly, but that seems to be in little
short little things.
This is going to be for prolonged scenes.
And Marvel have just the endless money.
This is a Netflix film.
This is a Netflix film. Marvel have the endless pockets of Disney to fund their de-aging post-production process. They don't have this. This is a fairly small release. It's, of course, I believe Martin Scorsese's collaborating with De Niro on this one. So I'm really intrigued to see this film as well. I think it's a very interesting premise. It's
Joe
about a guy.
Back as well.
Joe Pesci's coming back. It's a very intriguing premise in general, Stephen. This is I think Robert De Niro's playing quite a mainstream political figure. He was in a union or something. But he had contacts to also the mafia in the United States. I think he was assassinated. So I think Al Pacino's in it as well. I'm sure I've seen behind the scenes shots of Al Pacino and Robert De Niro walking, and De Niro had these massive platform shoes on because he's playing a big 6'4", 6'5" guy. But cannot wait to see Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro collaborating together again. They always make magic.
No release date yet, John, but I'm sure after the new year there'll be something announced.
Absolutely.
But we're going to move on to our second article, that is.
Yes.
This comes in from IndieWire, and it's in regards to the Snyder Cut. There seems to be a hashtag going about just now in regards to the Justice League. Jason Momoa, although I think in the article he was getting interviewed with, he didn't really want to say too much of it. I think he's quite a softly spoken guy as well.
He's a good dude.
And I think just taken from the article, he does want to see this if it exists. No one actually knows if this exists or not. There's a lot of rumour about it existing. The studio doesn't want to release it. Now, if this exists, I think it'd be silly for the studio not to release this, and I don't think Josh Whedon would mind this being released after the circumstances why Snyder had to walk away from it as well, with his, the tragedy of his daughter passing away.
Well, I was going to touch upon that, Stephen. There was a lot of speculation back then, and even more recently, a couple of months ago, about his the departure of Zack Snyder. Whether that was a useful cover for DC and Warner Brothers. There was talk that they weren't happy with the direction of his Justice League, just the direction of where he was taking the DC universe in general. So they wanted to get him out. So they obviously brought Josh Whedon on in some tarted up role, title, and then he essentially took over directing of that film from I think it was about the mid stage. I think I heard. So how much of Zack Snyder's cut remains? How much of it is locked away in some never to be seen vault? I don't know. But look, I think the acrimonious way in which Zack Snyder obviously parted way with DC and Warner Brothers has led to what we're seeing here with Momoa not able to really speak his mind. He says in the quote, "I'm obsessed with it too, but it's just one of the things with the business as such. You can't speak your mind, and that's because of the acrimonious manner in which they've split." We've seen Snyder having a little couple of snipes at them, just things like the trailer, I think, with, I can't remember, I think it may have been the actual Justice League trailer when it came out. He had a couple of little snipes, I don't recall that being in it and stuff like that. So
I've not read anywhere that he's pushing for this cut. No,
I think it's fans. I mean, I'd love to see the Snyder extended cut. We've seen it, the director's cut of Batman v Superman, and that was very good.
The version was very good, John.
It was.
It changed the tone and the pacing of the film tremendously for the better,
Again, it's down to DC and Warner Brothers meddling in the filmmaker's process and want to cut it down to like 2 hours. They're trying to compete and compare themselves with the Marvel and Disney all the time. They shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be comparing and trying to compete with Marvel. Marvel have the amazing system with Kevin Feige doing magic. They've got a whole host of brilliant directors they bring in, the likes of the Russo brothers and stuff like that, Taika Waititi. So they have got their system that it works. They've got an interconnected, amazing expanded universe with a whole host of characters that we've grown to love and appreciate over the years. Actors that we've grown to love and appreciate over the 10 years, like some Mark Ruffalo, Tom Hiddleston, Chris Hemsworth. These are guys that weren't widespread names. They are mainstream names. What's the other one that's I can't spring to my mind at the moment? Chris Evans, good Boston man. So they're doing their own thing. DC should be trying to differentiate themselves from Marvel, which I think they're starting to do now. I think they're starting to go down the more self-contained, standalone film route. If it hits off, if we get Aquaman being a hit, which by all accounts is going to be, then I think that may lead to somewhere. If we get the Jared Leto Joker film being a hit, if we get this Birds of Prey film being a hit, which is also being produced by Margot Robbie, then that may lead to somewhere. Wonder Woman 1984, I think it's called. I also get that bloody title. So I think they're just biding their time, seeing if these stories play out. Obviously going off in a different direction now, they're under new leadership, and if that takes off, then they may see them going off and doing something similar to Marvel. But I want to see them differentiate themselves, be it with the tone, the darker tone. Marvel have got that lighter tone with the comedy. Leave that to them. DC, I've always loved that about DC, the fact it's a darker tone, the likes of a Joker, the Dark Knight trilogy. I like that darker, grittier, grimier tone of Gotham and stuff like that.
I think as well, John, in regards to Jason Momoa's Aquaman, it's going to be very interesting to see the tone and change in his character now. Obviously, we got glimpses of him in the Superman v Batman movie, and also in the Justice League as well. There was that kind of tone to it. It's going to be very interesting to see. This film doesn't hit our theatres for another 2 weeks, I think. I think it's a couple of days before Christmas, but that's
I'm looking
forward to it as well. But
I love James Wan.
I'm very intrigued to see how the character changes with a different director as well. I don't know if it will be, you know, anything obvious or anything like that. I think it's going to be a continuation anyway. But Jason Momoa is such a great. He's a nice guy as well.
Yeah.
He comes across as a decent chap.
Yeah, loves his Guinness. Loves a drink, Jaden.
And I saw him in that film. I think it was Braven. I think it was called. Now I said in my review, this was earlier in the year. If Jason Momoa wasn't in this film, it wouldn't have been as great a film. But because of his presence and his character delivery in the film, it was an action film. Very much like Dwayne Johnson. You know, if you take him out of the equation, it becomes a really just
he's a
cookie cutting you know, action adventure film. But
he's got great box office appeal.
Yeah,
I mean, he clearly attracts the female side of the demographic, because he's a towering figure of a man.
He's perfectly cast in this role as well. You know, Aquaman, by all accounts, was always sort of the joke, sort of comic book character, you know, amongst the geeks and stuff like that. But they really have rejuvenated the interest in this character, and I think Jason Momoa's got a lot to play in that as well. You know, but
absolutely.
We're going to move on, John, unless you've got anything else to say.
I've not got much more to add, no, Steve.
No, this is in regards to an article coming from Variety. You know, the director of Stan and Ollie. This is the upcoming Laurel and Hardy biopic starring
John C. Reilly
and our very own Steve Coogan. I say our very own, he's British. So this is coming out, I think, after the new year here in the UK. So we've got a little bit longer to wait. But in regards to the director, I think he's Scottish born. I think he is. I can't remember his name. Something Baird, I think his name is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Baird. Yeah, John S. Baird.
John S. Baird. He had a lot of concerns on making this movie in regards to. You know, I think Laurel and Hardy were probably at a peak in the 1930s, going into the early 40s. They sort of had this tour they did for the UK when their Hollywood careers were going, you know, downward. And in regards to that part of their story, it's not a part of the story I'm very familiar with. I've got the Laurel and Hardy collection, as you know, John.
Yes, I'm a big fan of them as well.
It's one of my favourite collections. You know, that I go back to every now and again. Very funny. You know, probably the funniest duo ever. You know, that hit the silver screen.
The deadpan and the antics in general. I always say I'm like a version of Laurel and Hardy.
But also the sort of other side of the camera. It's a story that I don't know about. I'm very interested in seeing this movie, but the director's concern is more a generation thing, whether or not you know, people that are younger than ourselves would want to go along to the cinema to see this movie. I think most people do grow up with Laurel and Hardy, very much like the Beatles. We all know who they are, whether or not you like them or not. You know who they are. They're just part of society. Through generations to generations. I don't think that the director's got too much to concern himself about. It's a low budget film. I think it was £10 million or something was the budget for this.
And as he says in
the
this
blessing of Martin Scorsese. So he's very nervous in presenting the film to him, as you would.
Well, continuing that Beatles tie, Stephen, it was very much like Ringo presenting his Jerry Lee Lewis, or Jerry Lewis, I should say. Not Lee in there, I don't think.
No, it was Lee,
Jerry Lee Lewis, there you go. I'm correcting myself wrongly, Stephen. Presenting those songs to the likes of Lennon and McCartney was a nerve-wracking experience, and this is the film in cinematic equivalent. Presenting your work to Martin Scorsese. I don't care what film it is, what genre it is, how much blood, sweat and tears you've put into it. You have to present a film to a man of that. Just legendary status in Hollywood.
But you must
You're going to be breaking it
from that.
Absolutely.
He said he loved it. So
well, that gets me buzzing for this film even more. As you say, Stephen, we're both massive fans of Laurel and Hardy. Just utterly iconic comedic duo, a dynamic duo, some would say, and I would agree.
Definitely.
Many contemporary reviewers, will they connect with it? I don't know. I mean, this is again just about doing your research and knowing your demographics. You should know who this film is going to connect with and what it's not going to connect with anyway. That's just common sense, really. You have a whole team of people behind the scenes from the studio who will be doing number crunching and saying, look, we'll give it this rating, we'll know who it's going to connect with and who it's not going to connect with. You have to know your limitations, as Clint Eastwood used to say in his Dirty Harry role, and they will know their limitations with this film. It's not going to connect with younger audiences. It just isn't, unless they're brought up with Laurel and Hardy box sets, which is possible, because I was. I'm from a different genre, a different should say a different era,
Yeah,
not genre.
yeah.
I'm a different
Different
genre.
generation.
Different
yes,
generation,
yes,
that's the word, Stephen.
Yep.
But that's what about the film in general, Stephen. It's set in the early 1950s. They're very much on the lower, or on the fall in their career. It's at a time when the work in Hollywood had dried up for them. They were going on a tour of the United Kingdom, and I like the way that it is delving into that different side of a story, Stephen. We're not seeing the on-stage persona so much. We're seeing bickering, and then eventually, as the trailer hints at, the love that these two guys had for each other. We see the relationship of their wives and how that affected them off the stage. So I'm really fascinated to see that.
Also their health as well, especially
failing health of Oliver Hardy.
Yeah.
Because obviously Stan Laurel outlived him sadly, and I could just imagine the effect that had on him. Obviously his work and stuff, his professional and his personal life. But look, I cannot wait to see this film, what they have done with this, or what John Baird has done with this film. It's always great to see UK filmmakers getting thrust into opportunities like this to tell great stories. John C. Reilly is just embodying Oliver Hardy, and Steve Coogan looks eerily like Stan Laurel. So I cannot wait. I love Steve Coogan. I think he's a fantastic guy. Love his political views and everything about the guy, all the way from Alan Partridge. So I cannot wait. Even that bloody Yorkshire stand-up thing, I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Paul Calf. So cannot wait to see what these two great guys have put together here. I'm sure it will be better than that horrendous looking Sherlock Holmes film.
The trailer, John, there was actually two trailers I think that came out. I think it was an international trailer and the main trailer as well. You're right, both of them just embody these legendary characters, these legendary actors I should say. Steve Coogan, as we've known for many years, we know he can act. And the likes of Philomena, which I think it's the same filmmakers that are making this one as well, incidentally.
Well, that's
John
great.
C. Reilly, his early career it was comedy, that's what I knew him from. You know, but over the years he's really flexed his muscles, his acting chops, and he just embodies Oliver Hardy in this. I know that he spent about 4 hours a day in prosthetics to look like him, but his resemblance to Oliver Hardy is uncanny.
Well, listen, it may pay off for him. I think it's a little bit late for award season contender, but it may pay off for him in a similar vein to Gary Oldman's performance as Churchill. Doubt it though. But look, it's always great to see these comedic actors stepping out of the comfort zone. We've seen it with Jim Carrey over the years. This is a guy who's an accomplished actor. Great range, almost underrated in many ways. And we've seen that again most recently. He's getting into art and stuff like that, underrated in that. Great man. Hopefully it'll be the same with this, Stephen. But I think it's time to move on to the final movie topic of this week's Movie Burner News. And this is all about some guy pushing his luck big time. He holds the URL to Avengers Endgame, and he's holding Disney Marvel to ransom for some tickets for the premiere. Now, I've not read the article, Stephen, because immediately I stopped at that headline. I says,
the headline speaks
there is no chance Disney Marvel are going to give this guy the time of the day. He is not getting tickets to the premiere. They may feel pity out of him, or they may laugh at him and think this is a chancer. We'll give him it just because of the sheer cheek. But Disney don't care about that URL.
The funny thing is about these URLs, they're redirecting them to Deadpool's
website
as well. And also I think the man himself, I don't think he's been named yet. I think he's got a Twitter account. But
would it not be brilliant, Stephen, if it was Ryan Reynolds? Would
that
it not be
really
great?
good, but, just to add another twist to the story, John, that the man's actually threatening the studios that if they don't comply, that he's going to redirect the URL to the upcoming Shazam film, which is DC. You know, so it does add a bit of humour to it. But
we'll not care about this.
The man said this. He said, "I'm really just a dude who played on a hunch, mainly because my wife wants to meet Thor." And then the article ends. This is from IndieWire. It ends with, "Unfortunately for the man, Marvel and Disney probably don't need either URL he currently owns, since the official Avengers film website is marvel.com/Avengers." So it was all in vain, but I'll give hats off to the guy for predicting the film title as well.
Well, we touched upon that in my reaction video of Endgame, which you can go and look at incidentally if you've not done. A lot of people had predicted this title a long time ago. A lot of people through our Twitter, Stephen actually throwing up logos he designed 6 months ago. So
fantastic. It's
a very popular choice, so hats off to him for getting in there quick ahead of likes of Disney and Marvel, but he's got no chance. But listen, I wish him all the best. I hope he does get some premiere tickets, because I'd love to go and meet Thor as well. I don't know what that means. meeting Ford as you expect to actually turn up and meet Ford with the full outfit on, because he's going to be disappointed, as is his wife. Chris Hemsworth is the man that plays Ford. Come on, mama, get it right. But we will move on, Stephen, to another and final little feature we do on this show. If you haven't been watching or listening to the audio stuff we do, then this is a poll of the week feature which we put up on Twitter every week, asking people that follow us and maybe people further afield who get drawn into this via retweets and whatever, what their favourite things may be it producers, actors, films. And this week's question was which one of these 4 directors is the best? And the choices were simply Denis Villeneuve, Edgar Wright, Ryan Coogler and Damien Chazelle. And there's no real surprises, Stephen, who won the poll, but I'll let you in to tell us the breakdown of who won and what percentage.
I think, first of all, John, I think we'd like to just thank everyone that voted. 473 votes for this. A lot of people, usual, saying why was such and such not in the poll, etc. And it's just one of those things when you've only got 4 to pick from. You're going to have to leave out some of your favourites, I'm afraid. But coming in at 46%, John.
Denis Villeneuve, not a surprise.
Coming in at 31% is
Edgar Wright.
13%.
Ryan Coogler.
And 10%.
Damien Chazelle, which surprised me, I've got to be honest with you. But listen, I voted for Denis Villeneuve quite simply because I think he's one of the greatest filmmakers already of his generation. What he's done on the likes of Sicario, Arrival, and also most notably and more recently Blade Runner 2049, they're all, for me, iconic and cult classic films. I loved Blade Runner 2049. A lot of the critics loved it, a lot of the audience members didn't love it. I got something tremendous out of that, just seeing a continuation of that Blade Runner story. I'm contradicting myself a little bit there from that first topic where I says I should leave great self-contained stories alone. The original Blade Runner was a fantastic self-contained story, but look, sometimes you can do it, and if it's done right and you've got the right filmmaker in, and Denis Villeneuve is absolutely the right filmmaker, then it can be jaw-dropping, and it's what you can achieve with it. Sicario, I spoke about that earlier as well, a fantastic film, a great self-contained story with the likes of Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So this is a guy, he's an accomplished filmmaker. No surprise to see him coming in there. Edgar Wright at number 2. I know we both love Edgar Wright from his work on the Cornetto trilogy and also more recently Baby Driver. He's an incredible director as well. Before I let you in on thoughts on that, Stephen, I have seen a couple of people criticise this poll because the differences in style, but I would hit back at that because the 4 of them have done drama films.
Apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges. They've done an apple. I'm about to say an apple. They've done drama films. Obviously, Damien Chazelle done Whiplash. Denis Villeneuve done Sicario, and obviously Arrival, which had hints of drama in it. Edgar Wright, Baby Driver, had hints of drama in it, and finally Ryan Coogler, just the king of drama in that poll really, with the likes of Fruitvale Station and stuff like that. So they've all got that thread of connection in there. They've done a bit of drama, so you can fling it in there.
I went for Coogler, John, simply just because
he's a fantastic
Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, obviously, and Creed. Just a fantastic director.
He is.
And I can't wait to see his upcoming work coming in. Edgar Wright, been a big fan of his since his TV days with Simon Pegg and Spaced. The style was there from the very beginning with Edgar Wright. That kind of
quick cut
thing that he does, and it seems to be his trademark now with a lot of his movies. Cornetto trilogy, I think I've reviewed them all on the Movie Burner website. My favourite obviously being Shaun of the Dead, followed by Hot Fuzz, and then World's End, I think it's called.
World's End,
which is a great film as well. I don't think there's a bad one in there. Baby Driver was an
outstanding film.
Great soundtrack as well. It's always a soundtrack that stands
won
out
an Oscar I think for best sound editing, I want to say. So
I think it was.
I'm not surprised to see Edgar Wright film picking up a performance in an award in a technical category in the Oscars, because the guy's a fantastic filmmaker. Such great attention to detail. We've seen it, Stephen, in a brilliant video we watched where he bunkered down with Simon Pegg, storyboard for Hot Fuzz, and he had a fantastic, an incredible insight into these two guys, how their brains work, their filmmaking, and just the way they flesh out the stories. Cannot wait to see those two guys getting back together once again to do something special. And those two combined with Nick Frost, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. You can't leave Nick Frost out.
You can't leave him out because he's just those two. You talk about dynamic comedy duo, Stephen. When those two get together, magic happens. I loved Hot Fuzz as well. Shaun of the Dead is my all-time favourite Edgar Wright film. Hot Fuzz though, I mean, I went to see that with you in the cinema. Great blend of music in there. Just amazing storytelling, amazing violence. I always remember the old woman getting drop kicked. And obviously you've got the likes of Jim Broadbent in there as brilliant supporting performances. So this is a fantastic filmmaker as well. Edgar Wright thoroughly deserved to finish second. Ryan Coogler, I've followed this guy from the very beginning. I think he's outstanding. When he collaborates with Michael B. Jordan, magic happens. Creed was outstanding. Creed 2, obviously he left, but I think he stayed on in a writing and producing role. I'm not sure if that's correct. But obviously, as you did say, Fruitvale Station, a sublime story with Michael B. Jordan again. An incredible filmmaker, up and coming. I cannot wait to see what he produces going forward. Damien Chazelle is another guy who has not done a great deal of work, but the quality of his work has been sublime. The likes of Whiplash, as I said, La La Land, and most recently First Man, which has been a bit of a financial flop, but critically I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was a very good film. It was technically made as well.
Technically outstanding, and just delving into a side of Neil Armstrong that we've not seen before.
Whiplash as well was a fantastic film.
Goosebumps, just incredible.
Just intensity of the characters and the chemistry between them as well. And that spires from the director's instructions to
in La La Land. I thought that was a great modern take on like the classical music films, like the likes of Singing in the Rain, and obviously that one with bloody in Austria. I can't remember the name of it. It's terrible.
It's okay.
It's the pinnacle of musicals, and I can't remember. But the guy can do fantastic musical related films. He can do it all really. We've seen it with Whiplash. We've seen it with First Man. He's going to branch out, and we know he's going to go on and have a fabulous career. But he's the lame duck in this, Paul. So there you go.
There's always one, isn't there?
Yeah, well,
doesn't mean they're bad directors, John.
Well, you've got Denny Villeneuve in there. You're always going to be lagging behind because he, for me, I didn't want we didn't want to put in the likes of Spielberg and Scorsese because they would be clear winners. But that'll be for another day, Stephen. But look, if you want to get involved in that poll, we've got the poll for this week out currently. Just pop onto Twitter at Movie Burners and you can get involved and vote in that, and maybe even get involved in the discussion down below. It's always nice to see the
it's always appreciated as well, John. But that just rounds up today's show here on Movie Burner News. I'd just like to thank you once again for watching this episode, and we will be back again tomorrow with
the Movie Burner blog rundown, or the blog rundown, because we've rebranded it, Stephen. So there you go.
So thanks again.